everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Meg and I do put out videos a couple times a week, so if you don't want to miss out on my content, if you hit the subscribe button that's up there, you will always be notified when my new videos come out because they will show up in your subscription feed. So today's video is kind of like in my how-to beginners makeup video. So if you are looking for something that is going to be short and sweet, this isn't the video for you. This is more of an in-depth video to really explain to you guys like the different tips and techniques to getting a cream contour. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go over different tips and techniques for you guys on how to achieve a cream contour look. So if you would like to see how to do that, then keep on watching. You know, my hair is looking kind of crazy, so don't mind that. But I already have a pre-glow going here, and I use my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. I mixed this together, and I also mixed in this NYX Liquid Illuminator in Sunbeam. And if you guys are interested about the L'Oreal foundations, I do have a first impression video that will be linked for you guys below, and then also up in the cards. Alright, so now for this cream contour look, you only really need a couple of things. You're going to need a brightening concealer, so something that's lighter, that's going to go under your eye, and that's just going to help brighten up your eye area and make you look more awake. So for that, I'm using this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and this is in the brightening shade. And by the way, it's going to be weird when I apply it because I hate the sponge applicator, so I just remove mine. So it's going to look weird when I'm putting it on later. I just felt like too much product gets sucked up into that sponge, so I just rip it off. And then the next color concealer you're going to need is, you don't want to put a brightening one underneath to clean up the contour. You want to get something that's closer to what your skin tone is, and I'm hoping this isn't too dark because I'm pretty pale right now, and this isn't the lightest shade. This is an Ivory, but this is the Maybelline Butter Skin Concealer. And I really do love the consistency of this. It's really nice. I just wish that it was lighter. And then you're going to go ahead and need something that's a little bit darker than your skin tone. So whether it's a concealer again or a foundation, it doesn't matter. And then this could also be your foundation as well. Something that's like close to your skin tone or like maybe a shade lighter than what you wear. But for the darker concealer, I have this NYX HD Concealer, and this is in Nutmeg. So this is almost too dark for my skin tone, but at the time when I went to purchase this, this was like one of the darkest concealers that they had left as an option. Another important tool when working with cream products is a sponge, and you want to make sure that this is fairly damp. This is my Real Technique sponge. I squeeze mine like this under running water about 10 to 15 times to make sure the sponge is nice and saturated. It's going to help absorb extra product, and it's going to give you more of a flawless finish. So what I like to do first is get the darkest color out of the way with, and with this, because it is so dark, you need hardly any product at all with this. And basically, always to help find your contour, you kind of want to feel around the shape of your face, and then you can kind of feel how it goes in right above where your ear starts. So right here, I can feel mine dipping in, and then it goes down. So right where that is where you want to start your contour if you're having a hard time. You don't want to blend it too low because then it can look more like a 5 o'clock shadow. It can make your face look weird. So you just kind of want to find the natural groove of where this goes up. And then another tip with contouring, you don't want to bring it all the way in. You kind of want to just like stop where your natural cheekbone stops. So like pretty much right to here, almost the outer corner of your eye is kind of a guide as to how far out you want to blend your contour. So I scrape most product off of the wand, and I'm just going to lightly dot it right there. And I'm going to do one side at a time because it's easier to blend these products out as soon as you lay them down. So now I'm just going to take the tip of my sponge and just start blending that out. And then you pretty much want to blend that into nothing, so you can't really see that harsh of a line anymore. And then you can kind of see this line, so I want to add it up a little bit more. So I'm just going to take a teensy bit more of this cream product and just go right above that and then just blend that in so it's not such a skinny looking line. Then the most important tip when working with this is a little bit at a time, because if you add too much, you're gonna have to like take your entire face off and start over again. Alright, so that is more of what we are looking for. Now, if you are new to this, this may seem a little bit like a tedious process, but trust me, the more that you do this, the more you're gonna know how much you need to apply to your face and the faster it's going to go. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with how that looks. And then I like doing this first because if you accidentally blend it too high on your cheekbone or too low, you can use the other concealers to kind of control and cover it up. Alright, so next, if you wanted to contour around your forehead and underneath your chin, you can also go ahead and do that as well. So here I'm just taking a little bit and just putting that right along the lines of my forehead for my head shape. I have a very narrow head, so I don't like putting direct contour in the middle. I like to keep it on the side. And then you just really want to make sure that you have patience with this, because it may seem like too dark at first, or it may look muddy if you pick something that's a little bit too dark. Like for mine, it might be a little bit too dark for me. So what I can do is just go ahead and take a little bit of foundation and then just blend it on top of that, and it will help make it look more natural and less muddy. Another very important tip when you are doing this is to make sure that you are like almost pouncing the sponge, and you're definitely bouncing it. You don't really want to swipe it, because that is how things can get streaky. Alright, so we have the contour done. If you are feeling confident, you can try to go ahead and do your nose. I just find like your nose is such a small and delicate looking area, so I find like using a cream contour on that can get really messy and easily look really muddy. So I suggest you stick to a powder contour. And if you're wanting to know how to do that, I will have a powder contour video out soon as well. Alright, so next I'm going to work on the under eyes. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this Age Rewind Brightening Concealer, and you basically want to dab this in a triangle and go all the way down to where your nose ends and to the corner of your eye. And again, it's awkward putting this on without the sponge, but I just really find you get more use out of the product. I'm not using this as quickly. Alright, so once it's something like that, if you do have an exact applicator, you can get a little bit closer in to the nose. You almost want to put this on the side of your nose. And then again, you want to bounce this in with the sponge. And then you can just see the difference on how brighter my under eye area looks. And then before that dries in place, I'm just going to take some translucent powder. This is the e.l.f. HD powder. And I'm also going to use my sponge for this. You don't have to do this. I just find that it like stops creasing if you use a sponge. I'm not really going to be baking or anything. I'm just setting this powder under the area just to set it. Alright, so I went ahead and finished off my eye makeup, and then now we are going to work on the bottom. And what this is going to do is give you that really sharp, clean line that is super in right now and that a lot of people have been doing. So you basically just want to go right under your contour. So I'm just going to like where, I think this is called the tragus. I would assume so, since a piercing is called a tragus piercing. But you basically just want to go like right under there, wherever you want to cut your contour. And then just drag this down. And then just blend that out. And then you can see how this is more sharp looking. And then one last thing that I'm personally going to do before I set is take a cream highlighter, and this is from Becca. This is their Shimmering Skin Perfector Poured in Pearl, and this is just so gorgeous. One thing that I found with these cream products is like, you really got to blend it down a lot and blend it a lot with your finger and really warm the product up to have it spread nicely. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply that with my ring finger and just go around typical areas that I would highlight. And then you can focus on blending it out with your finger as I was just doing, or you can go ahead and use the Beauty Blender so you're not really dragging the product across your skin and disrupting all the cream product that's under it. Alright, so the last and very important step with these cream products is that you definitely want to set it. You don't want your hard work to go to waste. So again, I'm going to dip in with my e.l.f. translucent powder, and I'm just going to lightly set it. And again, I am going to use my sponge to do that. I just really like the finish that it gives. It sort of sinks into the skin and sets it better than using a brush. So I'm just going to lightly sort of dab this around the whole area of my face. And then if you just wanted to be sure that you did have everything nice and blended out, what you can do is just take a stippling brush. This is an e.l.f. one, and just lightly go over your entire face. Just to make sure there isn't any loose powder, silk hanging around. And honestly, this does work really well for the summer because you locked it in with the translucent powder. It's not going to budge. You shouldn't be sweating this off. It shouldn't be moving around on your face. And that wraps it up for today's video. I know it was a longer one, but that's because it was, again, a beginner's video on how to do cream contouring, an in-depth tutorial. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and then leave me a comment down below letting me know what more like beginner type videos you would like to see, or more things explained in depth if there is. I think next I will be doing a powder contour and highlighting video. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!